Hey everybody, welcome to Fight Network's Downtown Studios. John Ramdeen alongside Robin Black. UFC 206 goes down Saturday night at the Air Canada Centre here in Toronto. It was supposed to be a title fight in the main event. Max Holloway, Anthony Pettis for the interim featherweight championship. Max Holloway still has an opportunity to become that interim champion. However, his opponent, the former lightweight champion, Anthony Pettis, will not have that opportunity as he failed to make weight coming in heavy. Now kind of blown his opportunity to be a two-division UFC champion.
This is a disaster.
Yes, disaster.
For him, for Duke, for the team, and it's hard to bounce back from, man. There are penalties when you miss weight. There always are. You're going to lose 20% of your purse. Your reputation is going to take a hit. There's no getting around it. Even if it's somebody that we or the media who is a part of that long-standing tradition of pointing out that it is your responsibility to make weight. Even those of us who really like Anthony Pettis, are fans of him, or are fans of Johnny Hendricks, or fans of
Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah. It's our job. It has long been the responsibility of coaches and fighters and media and fans to let you know that's not okay.
Yeah.
But in this case, he also loses the chance to get that second weight division title, the interim featherweight belt.
And 20% of his purse?
20% of his purse, which in his case, a lot of money. And man, it's going to affect, you need to turn around from here and go out and have the best performance you can have. And it's very hard to do. You're a human being who's dehydrated, and you're carrying around all of that with you. The knowledge that people are pointing fingers at you and that you earned it and you deserve it. And it is your responsibility to make weight. It's job number one. Everybody's ashamed of you, and you know it.
Yeah.
You know, and now you got to go fight Max Holloway, who's just going to feel confident. And you saw how confident he was.
Also, Rustam Khabilov, who takes on Jay Sago, he missed weight, as well as Canada's own Valerie Letourneau. She missed weight.
She shouldn't be fighting at 115. There's a 125.
125. The UFC is going to bring in 145 pounds. They can bring in 125
she's not
pounds.
A small lady.
There's a lot of fighters that can fit into that category. But I want to go back to this main event. As you pointed out, Max Holloway, I talked to him yesterday, and I know there's confidence, there's false confidence, there's cockiness. Max Holloway, when he was talking to me, there is absolute belief that in his mind, that he is going to go out there and he is going to take it to Anthony Pettis. He's not afraid of this guy. He is not concerned with how many titles he's had, some of his highlights. He is so sure that he is destined for greatness. And when you see somebody that really, truly believes it, you can feel it.
You can, and when you talk to Max, you do feel it, and it is real, and it's going to be even more now, because he just witnessed the guy he's fighting fail. He failed. He failed at his job. He is walking around carrying failure on his back, and that's tough, man. That is tough. And Max is the real thing. Skill-wise, work-wise, so part of that confidence, I mean, we've all met those crazy people who are like, yeah, man, I'm going to win American Idol, and they don't know how to sing, you know? This isn't that. This confidence comes from not just a belief, because that thing can be bought or sold or faked or imitated or whatever. This comes from the work. Every single time, and he talked a lot about how he trains and grows and studies with a purpose. He doesn't just show up and sweat. Every moment has a purpose, and that purpose is to be greater than he was minutes ago. And that's scary. And now he's looking at a guy who just failed right in front of him. And if you're a betting man, this is tantalizing.
Now, if you're Anthony Pettis, as you pointed out, it's a failure. But you can move past that. You and I were calling the return of TKO, and we saw Jesse Ronson, a fighter out of London, Ontario.
Yeah.
He failed to make weight. But you can erase everybody's memory, because a lot of people are, as you pointed out, pointing the fingers. Oh, how could he do this? He's let the fans down, blah, 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 blah. But if you go in there on Saturday night and smoke Max Holloway, remember who you are. One of the things that Anthony Pettis told me is people were talking about this 9-fight winning streak of Max Holloway. He's like, why don't you compare his last 9 opponents and my last 9 opponents? And you tell me what's more impressive. And yes, there are a couple losses in there, but Anthony Pettis says he credits the fact that he's a better fighter because you learn from those losses. And is Max Holloway kind of biting off more than he can chew, in the sense that Anthony Pettis really is a special athlete. And if he can be free on Saturday night, Max Holloway has never dealt with anything like that before.
Anthony Pettis, at his very best, will beat Max Holloway at his close to the best on a lot of nights. There's no doubt about that. But he has to get there. And you can't be there like, I'll show these guys. I'll erase this memory. Oh, screw these guys in this way. Don't, like, you can't be there for any of those reasons. You can't carry any of that in there. You have to go in there and be Anthony Pettis on his best day. And now he has this added extra stress and pressure. And that is tough. I will say, if James is in the back, James Garcia, who makes our boards for our prediction, would you please change my prediction for Saturday night from Anthony Pettis to Max Holloway? It doesn't mean he's going to win. Anthony Pettis can, of course, go in there and literally none of it exists and find himself in those moments going, oh my God, I am Anthony Pettis. I'm capable of all things, and have no attachment to what came before or what came after, and there be no other moment in time but the moment of time that he's in, and beat this kid. Absolutely, it can happen. But James, please change my prediction for Saturday.
Do you anticipate that we're going to see a more aggressive Max Holloway, considering that he feels that he has a weakened opponent, somebody that has failed, or will things just unfold the way they were going to unfold before this information?
I think ideally let it happen the way it was going to happen. Nothing has changed. There's still Anthony Pettis over there. He's still only 20-odd feet away from you, and he knows how to knock people unconscious. That's still real. So you don't want to be different than you were prepared to beat that. But it's a tough one, man. And I would be thrilled. I would be thrilled to be wrong. I would be thrilled to see Pettis go in there and there be no other moment in time and no other place he'd rather be, and show us the types of things that he can show us. I'm such a fan of the man's artistry and his skills. But this is hard. This is a hard one to carry. I hope he's not on the internet. I hope he's not on Twitter. I hope he's nowhere near any of this, because we're going to be hard on him, and he brought it on himself.
For Max Holloway, now he has an opportunity to become the UFC champion. If he does, in fact, get that title on Saturday night, do you believe that is the next challenge? He's the #1 contender. He's going to be facing off with Jose Aldo, or do you believe that Jose Aldo will be waiting around? No, I want the money fight. Connor, come back down to 145 pounds.
Connor ain't coming back down to 145.
You believe that's the case?
I don't think so.
Because he's like, the UFC took the title. I'm still the champion.
I don't think he wants to fight Jose again. That thing is done. I got that thing done in 13 seconds. Let's move on. It's Jose who wants that fight. I think when you are going to say Conor McGregor is a pussy and he's scared and he's a coward because he ran up to 155 when this belt was here, and then you can't do it yourself. Like, you can't then do it. He has to fight the winner of this fight because he is a man of pride. He's a man who knows, he cares about his legacy and the steps that he takes in the world, Jose Aldo. He's someone to be admired. And Jose Aldo, to him, I think, go in and fighting the winner of this fight is something that's important to him. Then I think he wants to go and try to beat up that Irish guy.
UFC 206 goes down on Saturday night. Will Max Holloway indeed become the new interim featherweight champion and then challenge Jose Aldo sometime down the road? Or will Anthony Pettis steal the show once again and reinsert himself into the 145-pound mix?